and go here. All right. So we have your CV, Aparna, and we understand that you are ready. Prerna, you have also Aparna's CV. So let's get
Yes, yes,
started.
yes, yes. So first of all, thank you so much for joining us, Aparna. It's good to have you. So how are you?
I'm doing good, Prerna, and hi, Gaurav. Thanks for having me on this interview.
Wonderful. Welcome, Aparna. Great to have you too. And yes,
So yes, Aparna, before starting with actual question and answer, I would really like to know more about yourself. Your overall maybe relevant experience, if you have any, and things you would like to share about yourself, please.
I've been working as a business analyst for the past 6 years, and I've accomplished multiple roles like as a business analyst as well as a scrum master. And I've played multiple roles like a team member, managing a couple of my team members, training them, assisting them, working with different teams, stakeholders, etc., etc. So
Okay,
I worked in
sounds
healthcare.
interesting.
Yeah, I worked both
Mm-hmm.
in the healthcare and banking domains. So I have a vast experience in both of them.
Sounds really good. So I guess you mentioned about the Scrum team and as a team member. So may I know your recent experience in Scrum team, in which position you were working or rather you are working, and what are your typical day looks like your daily activities are in that role?
I'm mostly playing the role of a business analyst, but sometimes
Mm-hmm.
when we have to give daily updates or when we have to gather some requirements, we join with the Scrum team and we attend the daily stand-up calls, and sometimes we are even involved in the sprint review meetings and sprint
Mm-hmm.
retrospective meetings. So that way I'm involved in both as a business analyst and as a Scrum team member.
Okay. So basically, how does your Scrum, stand-up call look like? I mean, what are the topics, or what do you discuss in that meeting on a daily basis?
It's usually a 15-minute meeting, and
Mm-hmm.
we invite all the team members and we discuss about what we did yesterday and what we are going to do today and what are the impediments we faced yesterday. So we discuss all that in brief within 15 minutes.
Okay, that's
So if
nice. So
people
when
have questions more than that, we have a one-on-one meeting with them after the stand-up call. We just let the others go and then we discuss if we have any other doubts.
that sounds right. So when you say that you have all the team members, so I'm keen to know that does your product owner also attends the daily meetings along with the Scrum team, along with you guys?
No, the product owner doesn't attend the Scrum meetings. He has a separate meeting with the Scrum Master once in a while when he needs in-depth updates, etc. like that.
Okay, yes, sounds quite right. And you mentioned that you are working on a BA role, right? So, what kind of typical activities you work on in a BA role, like preparing, BRD, or flow diagrams, or how often do you have meetings with the customers, or internal stakeholders? Like you mentioned about stakeholders. So, what kind of stakeholders you meet, and what kind of documentation you prepare? That's these two are my associated questions, if I have to ask.
When the scope is all fixed with the product owner and the stakeholders, the product owner invites us, especially the Scrum Master and the business analysts. They give us the requirement, and then we take down notes, and accordingly we prepare the business requirement document, then the
Mhm.
functional requirement document. Then
Mhm.
once that is prepared, we go back again to the product owner and we see that whatever they asked for is all elicited properly. only after they approve it, we take it to the team for it to be worked on.
Okay. Okay.
That is how
So,
we
so
work.
let me intervene you in between. So, what all components or events or details you capture in a typical BRD?
We take the I don't know. We take the document they
Requirements.
give us. Yeah, we take the requirements and the document they give us, and we put it in a product backlog, and we see which is the most important thing to be completed first. So we mark it as 1, 2, 3 like that, and whichever is the most important one, that is broken down into smaller pieces of work, and then it is given to the team.
Okay, I think you did not understand my question. Let me rephrase it for you. You did quite well elaborated about the product backlog, right? That's fine, and that's really good to know. I'm asking you that when you prepare a BRD, right? As a BA, you work on a BRD, you prepare a BRD from scratch or maybe update. So in that BRD, what all components you have in that BRD, like requirements, version details, owner details, process flow diagram. So like that, I'm trying to ask you. So do you want to add something to it?
Yeah, in the BRD, like you said, we have the scope, then we add a
Right.
diagram to show how the work is going to be processed and what and all tools and versions of OS we'll be using. And then,
That's nice.
Who are all the team members who will be involved, how many members will be involved. All that
Stakeholder details.
stakeholder details. Yeah, all that is included in the BRD.
That's quite nice. Yes, so thank you so much for answering these questions. Gaurav, over to you.
Yeah. So wonderful, Aparna. It's going good. So the thing is, what as I said that if you have fear, so I'm going to give you some fear of it, so that be prepared, because I'll be asking you certain question, and based on that, you may feel like okay, so it is not a bit comfortable. So go ahead with that discomfort and try to still give me answer. So here is the question. So you were talking about that stand-up goes on, Aparna, and you said that it goes for 15 minutes. So why do you go for 15 minutes stand-up? Do you think it is worth, and why only 15 minutes?
Because we address only those 3 major questions and not more than that, because we need to know only the status for that on a daily basis.
Okay, but still, why 15 minutes? It could go for 5 minutes only, or 20 minutes, if only 3 questions to be answered.
Yeah, we give like 5 minutes to each question. So that's how those 3 questions get 15 minutes.
Okay, so how many people?
About 5 to 6 people.
Okay, what if there are more people, more than 6 people? How will you manage it?
Maybe they will have a separate meeting again later to address their queries.
Okay.
Only the important people working on the
Okay.
product backlogs will be there.
So what will be the correct answer over here, Aparna? The correct answer will be like 15 minutes is the standard. It's given by the Scrum. Okay, scrum.org. It's not my standard. Okay, so this is what you can answer. And when I ask you this question that why only 15 minutes, and when you are telling that only 3 questions to be answered and 6 people. So now another question may come up, which Aparna has to answer now. So can you tell me, Aparna, that what are the total maximum strength of any Scrum team? In a Scrum, how many maximum team member can have? One Scrum
9,
team?
9, I guess.
Maximum 9.
Maximum.
And minimum?
Minimum 5.
Okay, so minimum 3, maximum 9. Okay, this is for you.
Okay.
So let me come to the next question. Aparna, you have mentioned that experience with business process design, analysis, process re-engineering. What do you mean by process re-engineering?
Um, I still have to work on my resume.
Okay, no, don't worry. So you are here not only for mock interview, but also you are helping other member over here. Okay,
Yeah.
by not responding something and by responding something, other people are getting help. So this is total cool thing which is happening right now. So let it go with easy. So
Yeah.
for all of
Gaurav,
you.
yeah. Go ahead. I would like to add something once you
Yeah.
complete your. Yeah.
So for all of you, the message over here, after asking this question is that whatever words are the part of your CV has to be properly understood by you, so that whenever someone is asking, you should be able to go ahead and answer them. Like any single word should not come over here in your CV, which does not mean anything to you. So just make sure that every single word on CV is related to you. That's the message. Okay, back to you, friend.
Yes, I think we did have a discussion on this, Aparna, while reviewing your CV. So, guys, this is a very straightforward point which Gaurav has mentioned, and which is very important also. Uh, your half of the roadblocks or fear will vanish once you prepare yourself on the pointers that you have mentioned in the CV. So the first point is, please do not include something only because it is being told. And if you have included, you can go ahead and include, like she about this process reengineering, or it can be about some specific activities, or it can be about some tools. So ensure that you have the capability and knowledge of talking about it for 1 or 2 seconds, sorry, minutes. As in, if somebody asked you, have you worked on it, or what is the understanding you have about it, you should be comfortable enough to talk, at least from the basic and knowledge point of view, right? So do not add something for the sake of it. And if you have added, especially in the job summary, first page, especially while talking with Aparna, we had discussed that there are some pointers which you highlight in bold. So those are the keywords for the interviewer that is gonna hit it on that first. So because you are trying to emphasize on those points, right? So even as a layman, we would realize that okay, these are maybe your uh, I would say advantage of your profile, or these are the things you want to highlight. So the natural focus will be on those points. So ensure the skills, or whatever you've mentioned, you are aware of them. First of all, you know how that work, and you can talk about it at least for 1 or 2 minutes. That will be great if you could relate that with your project or with your work, right? Like if someone says, okay, I've worked on Jira. Okay, so how did you work on Jira? What all activities you do on Jira? Do you create tickets? Do you update tickets? How you access? So basic. See, we are not asking for any PhD level or super knowledge from that point of view, but yes, you should be definitely aware about the concept, about the basic understanding of how that any system, any concept work. Okay, so this is for everybody. And this is a very, very important point, right, which we have raised as of now, because this point is a game changer, if you ask me, because if you have mentioned something and if you know it, you get full points. If you mention something, especially on a first page, and if you're not able to talk, then that doesn't actually give a very good impression. If you have, even this is, you are also, I think, able to understand from where we are trying to come. Okay, so have this thing in your mind and prepare. I will not recommend you to remove the keywords, because those keywords are really put in from job perspective, job description perspective, to highlight your CV, which are very helpful. So I'll recommend and I'll request you to work on yourself and learn those things. If you have any doubts, do reach out to us, but try to build that skills and that understanding, and increase your knowledge base. Okay, yeah, Guru, I'm good. Over to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Prerna. So in a nutshell, when things are in bold, it means it's a simple invitation to interviewer. Hey, I'm master of it. Come and ask me more on it. So it's a simple invitation. If you feel like giving such invitation, interviewer is going to just um, have you well and ask you more question on them. So that is one thing. So I think similar thing, let me ask you only, Aparna. So by the way, was it insightful for you, whatever Prerna just told you? Was it
Yes,
insightful?
actually, I wanted to have a review like this because I don't
Yes,
understand most of the stuff
no
in my
problem. So
resume. I have to ask my husband each and every time. Sometimes he's busy with meetings, then
no
I have to
problem.
sit and
So few
Google, then
things,
I forget about it.
yeah,
I read and then it
no
doesn't stay
worry.
in my mind. Yeah,
So
sometimes I
few things,
forget.
if you don't know, go back and Google them. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you cannot even learn through Google, then ask us. Okay. We tried
Okay.
this, but I'm sure 99.99% you will find the answer over Google. Okay.
Yes.
Nothing is nothing is there which is not available on Google. So the same thing comes when I see and read that I become curious that you have talked about ICFR reviews and ASOX compliance. So I'm not sure, means just to review this, I will ask you, can you quickly talk about ASOX compliance?
Mm. It's compliance and risk related reviews, because when we are gathering the requirements and when we are working on it, we have to follow certain rules like HIPAA and all those codes. We cannot share those details outside the team or with other people other than the team members. We have to know the proper codes which we have to include while reviewing all the requirements when we are working on them.
All right, good. So SOX compliance, good, very well put through. So give me a second, I'm receiving a call, so I'll just disconnect that. So yes, done. So good one. So you answered it well. So sometime input over here is that you can simply apply the common sense and you can accordingly answer it, because not necessary few things which is related to project you need to really answer it. So quickly, I'm going to ask Aparna, one very important thing is related to your current project. So can you tell me, Aparna, what is your current project on what you are working right now?
Current project, I'm working on electronic health records, and we are working on a tool called Archer for risk and
And
compliance
here I
governance.
I won't encourage you referring to your CV then. When you're
Okay.
talking about this, that time what you need to do, you should remember that on what you are working, because it is your present, it is your current duty. So current duty no one can forget. I can
Okay.
understand if it is 3-4 years prior experience, then you cannot recall those things, but currently what you are working upon, you should be knowing that. So yeah, go ahead. You are working as what and where you are working, who are your client? So can you tell?
I'm working with Premise Health as a business analyst. So it's a healthcare company, and we work on gathering electronic health records. We collect different claims, bills, and then authorizations from physicians. All that is stored in a database. Then from there, we work on the governance and risk compliance tool called Archer. And with that, we work on adding different actually, I need help with this current project. That's what I was telling Prerna that day, because my husband is not into healthcare. So I want to get one idea about a good project which I can explain. That's what I was asking Prerna that day.
Okay, so it has not come to me yet, Aparna. That's what you are saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, no problem. So definitely, wherever you feel that you need help, you can definitely take help from us. So nothing to worry. So yeah, so any project, everyone, any project which you have mentioned, you should have some words and phrase and some activity to remember, recall, and tell that. Apart from this, what I am going to do that I'm going to give you all, in fact, one video which is on YouTube, that I would request all of you to go through. That will be a kind of exercise which I want all of you to do that. Okay, it is a sort of a visualization exercise which we had done in past for our students. So trust me, if you will practice that more, it will boost more confidence you at your subconscious level, and thereby you will be driven at your conscious level to tackle more such interviews and win more job offers as well. So anyways, so this was what. So Prerna, I
Gaurav,
pass this to you now.
just
Yeah.
to add, yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, did Aparna rightly mention that she did mention about her project, understanding or modification. So what thought I had in my mind, or rather I have in my mind, is that like this also, we can also have a similar session where, because many of the domains are similar, right? Some Many of you who have some medical background or a medical experience, so they have put this healthcare or related projects, or some have put maybe entertainment industry, or maybe typical IT, maybe support, whatever. So we are planning for a session wherein we give an overview about what kind of projects and what things you should put into it, because it's going to be a little customized session. Because see, if you ask me, Aparna's strength would be, I'm just hypothetically, Aparna's strength would be analyzing, critical thinking, more onto documentation side. Okay. Whereas Pratap or Poonam might be more comfortable talking about the customer engagement, customer collaboration, communication, and presentation, right? So we will give you a bench lining, about what all things you should include. And then as per your positive, see, because if somebody is an introvert per se, just for understanding, and if you mention that you like presentation, or you're very good with customer interaction, or great in communication, it would not reflect in their personality, because their personality is slightly different, right? It's not, I'm not saying don't mention that. So we give you the starters or the pointers, but ultimately you are your best judge, right? You know where you stand from understanding, from explanation point of view. Like if I ask you, like right now, Gaurav asked you, what can you elaborate, and you were like, okay, I need some more time about it. So we'll have to sink in that level. Please do Google about these domain, because the overall general process is also, I would say, more or less similar, depending on what kind of project you're putting in. It can be a biometric project wherein you're mentioning that, okay, we implemented that project. It can be a billing system for healthcare. So healthcare also can have variety of projects, right? It applies to every industry. So that way, and everybody should have their own comfort level, and the topics that you can be able to speak up, which are valid also. You can just have any super hypothetical project. See, all these projects are actually implemented projects, right? So there is nothing that comes out of thin air. So that way, and my personal recommendation is, everybody's CV has to be unique for them. We are sharing CV in this mock interview group. It's just for reference, right? That doesn't mean you have to simply copy and paste. That might not work for you. Let me be honest. You have to give some time. You have to give a day or two, maybe a weekend, or any day when you are not so distracted by other daily chores or things like that. Sit and think, what is I am good at, or what I'm preparing for. It's not only, you might not be great at Excel as of now, just example. You might work on it for a week or two and you get better in it, and that can be your positive point, or your plus point that you want to refer to, that I know intermediate or expert level in Excel. Just an example. Or excellent in using some of the tools, say per Jira or SharePoint, or if you have worked on Microsoft project from project planning point of view, you can mention that. So everybody's CV has to be unique as per their characteristics, as per their plus and minus points. That is one. So I'll recommend, please do not blindly copy paste. You can definitely take a reference. You can add on points. And if you feel like you want to consult us, should I have this, should I not? Then, and we are also going to check with you only, because you are your best chef. That's my important point. And this has come from experience, guys. In initial days, people get some good format on internet, and the best thing is, oh, it's a great format. It looks nice. It has some pointers. It has fonts. Please don't fall prey to that.
Actually, even I was
Simplicity.
not into just copy pasting. I wanted to
Perfect.
understand and do it, but there was so much pressure building. Like the course is over, and 2 months we took break, and then still not started applying for jobs, and vacation is coming up. So I just
Yes.
started Googling, but I couldn't get any information on projects, what we can write about or talk about. There's no
Okay.
information
Okay.
about all that on Google.
No,
It's
it
only
won't be.
general
See,
information.
project information is always confidential, right? Any
Yeah, I
company
know.
or industry.
Yeah,
So what I focused on, what I had mentioned, it is a domain, right?
yeah,
Healthcare domain process, like payment gateway domain. Gaurav has an entire session of that for when in our training session, or where I also explain HRMS, human resource management systems. It can include your payrolls, your annual performance management system. There can be multiple systems, so you can always Google a system and get an understanding. And trust me, nobody will ask you to prepare a start to end flow on that. Generally they
okay.
don't, right? They'll ask you verbally, or they'll ensure that you know the things if you've mentioned something. So that is why, if you feel you're not comfortable, you're very much open to change or update it. It's not an hard and fast thing. And second, Aparna, what you're saying pressure, na, it's actually a push,
Yes,
because we also see many a times, till the sessions are on, we are meeting regularly, you're creating videos, the momentum is on, everybody's very into, and things are going smooth. The moment we say bye bye on the last session of that particular batch, then you get into the routine life. Then the relatives, nowadays I get so many messages saying my parents have come, my in-laws and I totally understand that, right? So it's not that life,
So,
and life keeps happening,
Prerna,
and these things will be there. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
may I interrupt? So, guys,
Yeah, sure,
I'll
sure.
be straight forward over here. So, whatever Aparna was talking, it's right. It's 2 months done, and she was feeling pressurized. So, see, I would suggest you feel that pressure. 2 months are over. Okay. And still, if you are not doing anything, then you have plenty of reasons why you have not done it. So, I would be straight away telling you two things. Either you can have reasons and thereby not doing anything and not giving the result. So not doing does not mean you have got the work done. Okay, giving reason does not mean you have done your work. Giving reason means you are prolonging it. Giving reasons means you are finding the way to not to do it. So either you can have reasons or you can have results. Now ask yourself, what do you want? Reasons to give or results to do it anyway? I think all of you would agree with the point number two. Do it anyway. So feel that pressure and continue to do and build it and get placed. That's what we want. Okay. Because we want to be behind you to get you placed. That is only one thing which with the objective all of us started. And that's the reason. By the way, I think now Aparna has fair idea that how the interviewer may ask question.
Yes.
Did you have
Gaurav,
fair idea?
just to add to your earlier point, sorry for intervening. Guys, only one thing. If you remember your life experience till now, during your any exams from your school, your college, have you ever felt pressure or not? If you're not, then you're God. I mean, you're somebody out of the world. Have you, once for any earlier interviews, even before your marriage or any major event in your life, you did feel pressured, right? You were little scared, anxious, but that was in a positive way, because that made you to work and to take actions in the right way, right? So take this, as Gaurav rightly mentioned, take this opportunity. See, there are people who are after you. Hey, prepare your CV, come for mock interviews. I can very well guarantee you other institutes are not kind of following that process, because they are not so keen. Here we give personalized attention. If somebody messages us, look at our chat or response time, right? I'm not saying we go on one-on-one sessions, but at least to respond, where are we going, So take advantage of this platform, right? Do not feel like, oh, it's done, I have to do this. No, it's for your good. You are the one who's going to get placed. Imagine that feeling of getting your first salary or getting a great job and sharing that news with your family, and that too on your own merit and your own hard work or smart work, if I have to put it right. So as rightly shared by, and I'm really glad, Aparna, you worked on it, and kudos to you. 2 months, you got it, you got into the zone, you worked on it, your CV is almost ready, though it will have changes on and on, going on as per our comfort level, your understanding, but at least you did your job, you did the work. Others are also recommended. I can see a lot of messages on the chat that my CV is not ready, is not. Generally people have this tendency to attend RRP sessions after our batches are over, but no, you can start along with the batches, because then you can come and ask us, and during our sessions like, okay, what we have to do. You don't have to wait for these kind of sessions alone, right? So please take
Because we
advantage.
don't
And
want to share a project that is shared by everybody. It has to be unique.
absolutely right. And you
Yeah.
want to highlight your advantages. See, you have to work on your strengths, right? That is what I'm trying to focus on. And we will go there. This is the first time we are meeting, and I'm so happy to get this feedback and these reactions. First of all, I'm happy to see so many numbers on a Saturday morning, so many people coming in. I know you
So,
have, and see, life will always be there. Yes, Gaurav.
Prerna, I want to answer something. So,
Yes.
Aparna, quickly, one thing for you. Now, Preeti has shared some projects, and you have some projects. Who should get job first, you or Preeti?
Who was able to explain it better will get the job.
No, you don't have to do anything with Preeti. Who is the Preeti? I even don't know. You should be able to get the job. Whatever the project she might have mentioned, she might have mentioned. So do you have to do anything with that Preeti's project? No, of course
No,
not. So
yeah.
what you have mentioned in your project, about your project, be concerned with that only. Don't just check
Okay.
out with others' project that he has or she has also mentioned that. So that is Guru School's lookout. That is not your lookout. Your lookout is to get your own job done. Okay, get your
Right.
own job in your hand. So that is one thing. Second thing is that I am going to give quick input. Like you had also asked that I want to learn this, that, and like we were talking about healthcare. So when you are going to search for healthcare, you are going to get thousands and tons of things which you may feel overwhelmed what to learn
Yes.
now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So for that, this is input for everyone. Okay. Let me quickly check if everyone is awake and listening. Everyone is there. You can unmute and you can say yes.
Yes, Gaurav.
Yes,
Okay.
Gaurav.
Thank you
We
so
are
much.
Yes, Gaurav.
So far,
Yes, Gaurav.
Yes,
thank
Gaurav.
you. Thank you so much for your answers. So far, you have undergone the code of honor, and there is a reason code of honor had been placed. And in one of the code of honor, it was mentioned how to learn, the 4 steps to learn. Okay. First, you declare with anchor, then you get into deep learning, and then you, you draw it, and then you summarize it. Okay. Remember this one. For any new learning, remember this one. Now getting into answering your question, Aparna. Say, for example, healthcare you want to understand. Now, tell me what is the best search engine after Google? Means what is the best search platform after Google? What is that? And anyone can answer that.
YouTube.
YouTube, exactly. Wonderful. So YouTube, go to YouTube and type your keyword, what you want to learn. Say, for example, you want to learn something. What do you want to learn, Aparna?
Electronic health records.
Electronic health?
Records, EHR.
EHR. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll go to YouTube and its search bar, I will type explain EHR in 2 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Explain the term in 10 minutes. Say, for
Okay.
example, this is an entire subject of quantum physics, and I want to give it a time of a week or 10 days or 1 day. I'm going to type in. So how much time I can spend to learn it, I'm going to type in to search that. Okay. So learn EHR in 10 minutes. And the moment you will type this, you will get n number of videos. pick the shortest and close to that number what you have mentioned in the search bar, which is close to 10 minutes. Pick those videos. One video may make sense to you, another video may not make sense to you. So just watch those 2-3 videos and you will have the fair idea. And the moment you something will make sense to you, okay, this 10 minutes video is making some sense, but it is not going into head. For that, what you will do? Follow those steps. Okay. Declare with the anchor with declare with anchor, and then deep learn, and then draw, and then summarize. Done. You will be done. I have learned so many things in this entire world, and when you will do it, you will be amazed. So that was a quick input for all of you to learn anything in this entire world, and trust me, it works. Okay. Number 3.
Suppose we want to know what tools they are using. Will they ask us to explain the tools and all what we were using for, suppose electronic health record, what tools did you use? Will they ask about all that?
So if you want to learn even that, what all the tools are good for EHR, go and search that.
Okay.
Gaurav, just
Okay.
to intervene here, for the starters, I just mentioned on YouTube, and I got 2 videos. One is of 4 or 5 minutes. Another is 24 minutes. As of now, I shared that on mock interview. I have not seen that. Just while you were discussing, I plainly wrote those keywords, right? It was a specific
Awesome.
project to you. And second thing, the tools, right? So Aparna, it's not that you are always and you have to know all the answers, or everybody is always answerable, right? As a BA, you are not expected to know too many technicalities. It's absolutely fine. See, we are humans. We are not Google, or we are not robots. So you can always see, if you know, it's an add-on. I'm not declining what Gaurav has said. If you're keen and it is recommended, if you have any tools, any specific software, like, many a times, how German cars are the best, or German engineering is always, recommended. They just say like that, universally. So maybe there can be some universal thing that this software goes with that, or, healthcare might be following a particular tool or something that can be there. If you know, it's a well and good, it's a plus point. But if you're not aware, you feel you're not confident, or it is not related to your activities, or day-to-day work as such, you can politely say that I have not come across in my daily activities, or I did not get an exposure to work on it. And that's absolutely fine as well. This is for everybody. I have answered this myself many a times when I was not directly connected to things. Like a front-end developer might not be expected to know the back-end things, right? Because that is not their purview of work. It's good to know about things on a surface level if you're keen, but it's not that they're going to hang you if you do not know something. So be chill with that also. You
So
know
now
it,
we are
you can
getting
Google.
a lot of
Yeah.
job postings, right? It says you should have experience with the DICOM or Azure DevOps or
Yes.
Oracle ERP. Suppose we are just watching a video for 5 minutes, and we prepare the resume according to that, and then we give it. But we are not very familiar, right? We are not working on it in real time. So how will we able to manage if we get
Okay.
into that job?
I would like to answer this. So first thing, that you won't be familiar because you know inside your mind that you are not familiar. Okay.
Yeah,
And that
yeah,
that is going to get reflected. That is number 1.
yeah,
Number 2,
yeah.
the moment you will start exploring, researching, and using, okay, even with trial version, you will start gaining the confidence. Okay. And when the answer Q&A will come, interviewer will ask you the question, you won't speak. Your confidence will start speaking. Okay. So the more you will prolong it, hey, I'm not aware, or it will be like, how will I be confident while answering it? Everything is happening inside in your mind, and it will continue to happen, and you will continue to, keep it away from you, and you will not get into the game. So to get into the game, continue to do whatever, like Azure DevOps. Go ahead and search what is Azure DevOps. It's a
Just to add to here this to Gaurav, what you're saying, see, the keywords matter a lot, and this is for everybody, right? How you search on Google and YouTube, it also is very important. So if you are going ahead on a BA profile or a Scrum Master profile, you can always mention useful features of Azure DevOps for BA, for business analyst, right? Because Azure DevOps is used by almost everybody in the team. It can be a developer, it can be a tester, it can be a manager. So what all functionalities are useful? If you just blindly type Azure DevOps, it will give you an entire Wikipedia, right? That is what you're not interested in as of now, as you're starting. So be specific, right? But the point is, do that. And this is for everybody, guys. The moment you feel that you do not know something, go on the internet and Google this proper keywords which are related to you. And still, if you feel after repeated reading or going through videos, you still feel you're not comfortable enough, then definitely we are there. But we will recommend you to start on that own, because ultimately we will also give you the knowledge, start point, or the flow. You have to gain that perspective and that confidence, and that will only come, as Gaurav mentioned, after practicing and after learning, right? Because the domains are vast. You don't have to know 100%. You have to know what relates to your profile from BA
So
point
now
of view, from Scrum Master.
we've learned one project, we've memorized like one project, latest project. But for every job requirement,
Understand
we're
that
asked,
project.
understand the project. But for every job requirement, we are changing the resume and we are giving it to the HR.
It's
But then,
customizing. It's
yeah,
customizing.
we are customizing it. But then again, while in the interview, we have to change it, right? For every job posting, we have to change. Like we have used a different tool, we have used a different
Right,
platform.
right.
Yeah.
So
that
the basic idea is that whatever interview you are going, okay, you read your own resume first, what you have written. Okay, that's number one.
Okay.
Number two, when it comes to CV, and people are saying that you are copying, understand it's not about copying. Don't copy any resume, but model them. Okay, it's slightly different. Modeling may sound like copying, but it is actually taking the reference of existing CVs. So it is always modeling it. It's not copying at all. Okay. Number two is that projects may change. Okay. Work may change, but the tool you are using, the way you are behaving may not change. Okay. Your day-to-day activity, like Prerna asked, how your day look like, will be the same. Okay. That's number three. Number four, that don't memorize. Okay. Your projects. As Prerna said, that understand, but to understand, how would you do that? Visualize. Okay. So visualize how your day would look like. Feel there that you are somewhere into the glass door, means there is a cubicle where Aparna is sitting and typing with her fingers on the laptop, and people are coming, talking to her, asking for the solution. When you will really visualize it, you will feel that you are in the game, and when you will respond authentically. Okay, because your body knows. Sometime it might have happened to you. Someone will ask you that, hey, can you tell me what is the answer of this, or can you just type what is the answer of it? You may say that I don't remember, but my fingers remember that. Let me type it and check. What has it ever happened to anyone? Yeah, it has happened to me. Some password I forget, but when I type, my fingers remember them. So your body remember those things. So when you will visualize, your body pushes you to answer those things with the authenticity. So remember, this is a very good thing to visualize, to understand what Prerna said. Okay. So again, so it's not
just to add to this, Gaurav, first of all, very nice techniques, and this is absolutely right. While you are even sleeping, your body tells you if you're thirsty. Now that time, tell me how you get to know your mind is awake, your body reacts. So same way, as he mentioned, that you may feel that you don't remember, or you may at times feel that you don't know things much, but trust me, your knowledge is there. It's just the process of how you recall it and how confident you feel. Okay, now coming back to the earlier point of resume, I'll give you my personal example. Okay, I come from a typical development background. Like I'm an MCA graduate. Like I've done my master's in computer applications. So I started as a developer, and then as a lead, and as a team manager. Then came a point in my life or in my career when I wanted to kind of switch or channelize as per my strengths and my liking in my career. So at one point of time, I had different versions of my CV. One was more on a technical side and one was more on a project management side, right? So wherever I got better opportunity, I could see what is the role, what is the overall offering of the company, what is the brand, how well my career would look like, and how comfortable I will feel. We have to have those thoughts. So there is nothing wrong in having different versions, but every version has to highlight what is your best point, what is your strength. So always include, and customizing project is absolutely fine, because that gives you more advantage to be suitable for that profile, right? So these kind of
Right.
things are happening for your good, and more the merrier in case of projects. If you know more, it's nobody's going to say you, oh, you know too much, right? You know multiple projects, and trust me, it's all knowledge, because these are all live projects. We are giving you the real life project details. So if you know them, if you understand them, and please do not try to memorize these things. You can memorize some concepts if you feel that you are not able to retain them or recall them, but projects, tools, those have to be learned and understood. That is the way they come to you naturally, authentically, like very rightly Gaurav mentioned. And that shows, right? So you even as adults or nowadays, we don't really kind of mug up things unless we are forced to, right? It just comes naturally to us, and that's the best part of it, right? We relate things, like if you have to go out for some activity, you just connect activities, okay, I'm going for marketing, I'm going for shopping, okay, I might go to the tailor, I might go to the grocery, I might go, and you don't mug it up, right? This is for normal activity. So same way for a project, if you understand the flow, if you know the domain, and this is for everybody, guys, I'm so happy I'm sharing this and we are discussing about this. Your every project domain, please look at the keywords. If you are portraying, or if you are planning to go ahead in the BA domain, search it from a BA point of view, senior business analyst, or what are the typical questions related to that domain or that project or that tools. It is very helpful, trust me, and nothing is kind of out of the box. And the very important tip which I wanted to share, to kind of towards the, as a closing remarks, maybe, if Gaurav echoes with me, it's like what you answer in interview matters a lot. So always try to answer uh, with the keywords or things that you're confident that you can explain. Like for example, Aparna did a really very good job in that, in the beginning. I really liked it. She said, okay, we have this scrum meetings and we have our review meetings. I was pretty sure she would know about them. That's why she's mentioning. And my next question, if you guys have noticed, was on the scrum meeting, because it is obvious you're talking about it. So as an interviewer, we feel, okay, that's why you're talking, or you must have worked on it. So always, many a times what happens, your mind plays game and you feel like, okay, I'll just add on some extra point just to showcase I know these things. But if you're not confident enough, I'll recommend you to not have or not say things which you might not be able to explain well. Like in that her case, process re-engineering, that she was not confident enough, then you might not have said that. It's okay, it's fine.
So,
If you are confident, please highlight. Yeah, Gaurav.
yeah, friend. So can we consider it that practice was good, and we can pause it here as a part of practice? Prerna, I'm
Yeah,
asking.
yeah.
Okay.
It would
Yes,
be
I
great if
feel
somebody shares their experiences, like after they have been
Okay.
attended
So,
interviews.
definitely.
Aparna, just wait.
We do have a
Eh,
video, Gaurav, right? We can
Yes,
share
yes,
Anila's
yes.
feedback video.
Just,
That is
just,
an
just,
excellent
just a
video.
moment. So you will get all those things. First, let's understand and complete this. This was just a practice session. After that, when you will be coming, we will be not giving you so much input. It will be
Yeah.
straight away. So come prepared next time. Okay. This
Yes,
time
yeah.
you should not. First time, no one should come prepared. Okay. So this was what it is. So you are okay to come back again next time with prepared things, prepared stuff, prepared resume. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
If you are okay. So we are getting into the gallery mode now, Prerna,
Okay.
so that we can talk to everyone now and understand what is there. Okay. So wait a second. So everyone, welcome again and thank you so much for participating. Can we give a round of applause to Aparna for becoming the medium to teach us
Very well done.
how it goes? Okay. So thank you so much, Aparna. You did a fabulous job. Okay. Through you,
Sorry for the
everyone.
blunder.
No, not sorry, because you became the reason for everyone's insight.
I
Yeah, and
know.
that's why everyone is applauding for you. Thank you so much, Aparna, for playing it like this. So
Yeah, thank you for
again,
answering.
I want to invite few of you. What did you observe? Okay, so it should not be like Aparna. People would be sharing their learning, so they might use it. Like when it was happening, Aparna answered this, that these are their learning. They are going to share what they have learned, so that we can assure this is what you have learned is right. So is it okay if they can use your name and share their learning using your conversation? Is it okay, Aparna?
Yeah,
Yeah, allowed?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for being kind. So who can go next and tell us that what did you learn when Aparna was giving mock interview? Who can share that?
I can.
Okay, yes, Atar, please go ahead, sir. What was your observation?
Uh, the interview was really good, and Aparna did try hard, and she did very well, I should say.
Mhm.
But you and Prerna really pointed out some of the things that we should not be doing during the interview.
Could you please
Uh,
tell what were those things that you learned just now you were talking? So
not
it
to
will.
keep looking onto your notes to answer the questions.
Okay.
Very important, because that shows that you really don't remember what you're doing. Like you and Prerna mentioned that. That really makes sense, because if you're working on this, you should know it, naturally. Uh, that was one very good valid point. And second thing, whatever you're putting in the resume bullet points, if you're highlighting any particular things, make sure you know something about that, so that you can speak about it for the next 2-3 minutes if required, if they ask you that question. That is very important. Uh, so I think these were some of the pointers that I learned. And like you mentioned, also to just Google or go on to YouTube if you don't know something that you're putting into your resume, highlighting certain key points. Make sure that you learn a little bit about it, at least get a brief, summary of what it is, so that way when the interviewer asks you that question, you're able to answer that confidently without having to look into your notes.
Super,
And
amazing.
mostly another important thing was also like, we all have the tendency, and I was told, and I think you and Prerna again mentioned this very well, when we are looking into our notes or taking notes, it's always a good practice to let the interviewer know that, hey, is it okay if I can take some notes while I'm talking to you?
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing this, Atar. So these were your learning, right?
Yep.
Okay. Was it
Thank you.
useful,
Thank you,
everyone, what
Atar.
Atar shared? Everyone?
Sure.
Yeah, was
Okay.
it
It was
useful
very,
for
Yes, it
everyone?
is.
Absolutely.
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
it
Can we
was.
then give
Yes.
a round of applause to Atar as well then? Thank you. Thank you so much. Who else?
Hi,
Who
guys.
else would like to
I
share
have
their
one more question for both of you.
question? Can we take later, Atar?
Sure,
Let's
sure.
share learning some. So yeah, Poonam, go ahead,
Yeah.
please.
First of all, I really want to appreciate you, Aparna. Good job. Because I read when I was student that interview is like a thumb on your vocal cord. It's for everyone. We read when we were student. And I also read that even in 11th time, you give 10 times interview, even at the 11th time, you will learn something new. But you did a good job. Not you giving your best. And I really like you, the way you was conveying the message, but you will get the perfection with the slowly. And I have given so many interview when I was in the teaching, but still I'm learning. And sometimes I feel like my heartbeat is going really fast and I want to say something and I'm saying something else. So it's happening. But really, like Prerna was telling and Gaurav, you guys are explaining the things to us. That is relaxing our nervous system and we will go through it. And
Thank
thank
you.
you.
But what did you one thing you learned, Poonam?
Thank you. Thank
That
you.
Yeah,
is
I
wonderful.
learned that you have the confidence, nothing is going to happen to you. Just learn more and more every day. And I love the thing, visualization, Gaurav, you said. And I really appreciate this thing in my life.
Awesome, Poonam. Thank you so much.
Super.
Can we give a round of applause to this learning as well from
Superb.
Poonam? Yes, thank you.
So happy. So happy.
So
Thank
more
you.
learning, one learning at least. Who can add next?
I can go.
Yes, go ahead, Tilo, please.
Yeah. So, like I said, like Poonam said, really a good interview and a good learning stage for us. And what I learned was I should read my, basically memorize my resume before I go to the interview, so that I would know what I. Let me turn my. So
Thank you
I
so
would
much.
know. I would
Yes.
know what I'm gonna say because it should match. So I should know how to correlate things what's already in the resume. So that I learned. Even though we know, like Prerna and Gaurav mentioned, it would be a keywords that the employers will be looking for it. So we should know, at least, even though we don't know much about the project, we should know the keywords. When we highlighted the keywords in our resume, we should know why we put it and how we just did those keywords, use those keywords in our project. So that thing, yeah, I learned from Aparna, and but Aparna was so good. I learned so much. She spoke confident in the beginning, but when Gaurav started asking some questions, that's when she got nervous. So I see that what kind of question can be raised after we given our introduction and basic of our resume standards. So we should be ready for those questions. So I learned those things from Aparna
Thank
and
you.
Prerna
Thank you
and
so
Gaurav.
much,
And thank you so
Tilo.
much.
Thank you.
Can
Thank
we
you
give a
so
round of
much.
applause
Tilo.
to Tilo as well? Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
guys-
I'm so happy everybody's perspective is highlighting on some of the different points. Isn't it great, Gaurav?
Yeah, definitely. So just to quickly
Thank
tell you, considering the timing, so now Aparna has realized that lot of appreciation is going to come the way she has handled it. Okay, so now consider this the complete appreciation for Aparna. So next time when you will share,
1 second, Gaurav.
don't
If
share.
anybody wants to share something, they
Just
are
a
very much
second.
open to mention on the WhatsApp group.
Yeah,
If they
yeah.
wish to, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
if you want to appreciate, please appreciate in the WhatsApp group
About
now.
this session also.
Yeah, and also about the session. But only learning, please share in this video. So not the appreciation yet. Okay, is it okay,
Actually-
Aparna, if we don't appreciate
Actually,
more
we need
now?
more and more session like that.
Okay,
We will. We're looking forward. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
So
Shakil
will
wanted
it
to
be
say
going to
something.
happen every Saturday or?
No,
How?
not every Saturday. We'll keep on posting based on the
Okay.
person is ready. So Shakil was to be over here, supposed to be over here at 11 a.m., but somehow he got delayed. So he missed his
So,
chance.
No, I'm here.
Aparna.
So yeah,
Okay,
Shakil, you
all
were
right.
saying something.
Gaurav, I have 2 points taken out
Yes.
of this
Yes.
interview, which is one of the thing Aparna has mentioned, some of the insecurities she had it, knowing about the tools and inside out of those tools and everything, which he should understand that she's not the only one has those insecurities. We all have those insecurities. So that was a very good thing when she mentioned that, how we have to tackle those things. And when people think that you're the only one, just understand that you're not the only one who are feeling that way. So we all are in the same boat. So that's one of the thing has I understand that she mentioned it, and I understand that gave me confidence that I'm not the only one feeling that way. And you have mentioned some feedback and some solution for that one, and just that we have to face it and Google it and YouTube it, those issues. So one of that was one of the things I took it from this interview. And the second thing is we have to understand that what I understood is there will be always a backup question from the question initial introduction, that when we introduce ourselves and we just lay down our body work for the interview, answering it. There will be a bounce back question from the interviewer. So which you mentioned that, which Parna had some difficulties. And I think we all are going to have those difficulties
No,
for the
sorry.
backup question.
Just Shakil, what did you learn out of it is important. Difficulty everyone will have. Okay.
Yes.
So we will not
Right.
talk about what we learned is very, very important. So what did you learn out of that?
That's what I learned, that I have to work on those backup questions. That when interviewer had a first round of question, there will be a second round of question. There will be in-depth questions.
And would you agree that initial, when we are giving our own introduction, whatever we will speak during those introduction, the question may come from those introduction itself. Do you agree with this, Shakil?
Absolutely right.
And every one of you agree that whatever we are putting the words during the introduction, that could be our questions set,
Okay,
which
Gaurav,
we are giving to them.
Yes.
I do have a question on
Absolutely.
that point. If it's okay, I can ask now.
Yeah,
Can I?
Tilo, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So,
Shakil, are you
I'm-
done? Let me just
I'm
please
sorry. I'm
complete
sorry.
with Shakil.
I didn't mean to
Shakil,
interrupt.
these were 2 learnings for you.
Yeah, that was a 2 basic learning what I took it from this mock interview today.
Okay. So one last thing, Shakil, did you also learn that you may miss the chance if you are not at the exact time? You may miss your interview. Did you learn that as well?
Yes, I did. I lost my first job.
Oh man. Okay, can
No,
we
no, you
give
did
a
not
round of
lose.
applause to Shakil for awesome
can
learning
get-
sharing?
Thank
you
you.
can get a better opportunity as well. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is
Yeah.
how
Definitely.
Prerna really simplified very well. So give a round of applause to Shakil. It was really awesome learning from Shakil. And I think
Thank you.
you
Thank
all
you for
would
sharing.
be agree. Thank you so much, Prerna, for adding whatever you said. It's very, very important just now. Yes, Tilo, go ahead, please.
Okay, so unless the interviewer mentioning, if he asks, just tell me about yourself, I just go with my education and my personality and my strong. Unless he doesn't mention your work experience, should I add my work experience in the tell me about yourself, or should I wait for that question to pop up?
Okay, I'll answer this, but before I could go, I would allow Prerna to answer this. Prerna, please go ahead.
Okay.
So Thilu, on the contrary, you should give some brief about your education and your family if you wish to. But as in it's a professional interview, though they don't ask you explicitly, when they ask, when they say, tell me about yourself, it has to be majorly to do with your work also, right? Work experience. So you can
Okay.
start with your education, your family members, your overall, where you brought up, and I'm brought up in, per se, in Mumbai or in, wherever in US, in particular state, I've completed my business and I have been working into this, or I'm currently doing this, because see, that gives them a clarity for connection, like how Aparna mentioned her work and we start to, the question. So similar way, yes, you do have to focus on the work experience and your maybe educational background, even if they don't explicitly ask you, and they generally don't ask explicitly. This is the icebreaker question, tell me about yourself, right? So we want to
Okay.
know what all you want to share, and and then we start the questions. Yeah, go
So we don't have to wait for the work experience. The tell me
No,
about
not
myself.
explicitly.
So we can
More or
start
less.
because I noticed that Aparna didn't mention her education and all on that part. So I was
Wait,
curious.
That's
Tilo,
completely
wait.
completely individualistic. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
You
So
can, yeah, Gaurav, you go
you
ahead.
can
Please.
conclude it
Interpersonal
after
skill, yeah?
everything is done. Yeah, Poonam, what did you say?
We
You
can
were saying.
start with our interpersonal skill about our personality
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
go.
that's what
So
my question.
Everything,
before I
anything.
answer that, in fact, everyone along with Tilo, you can answer this. That why do you think that an employer or interviewer would be interested to know something about you? Why do you think that he wants to know something about you?
So he can evaluate
For what?
on our why we fit for this role.
Why we fit for this role? Okay.
Yeah.
Which role?
Whatever the role we've been interviewed for.
Okay. So
Scrum
whatever.
role.
Okay.
If
For a
we
Scrum
have the
role, for
quality,
example.
if we
Yeah.
have the quality for that role, and I was curious, maybe
So
they would want to
by
know.
knowing the role for the role, what exactly he wants to know, your fitment in this role, what he wanted to learn about you.
If it's a Scrum Master role, he may want to know if I have a leadership skill and communication, collaboration. So those kind of skill he would look for it.
Okay, so any job profile, what all those unmentioned skills are there in the CV that you can put into tell me something about yourself. Okay,
Okay.
he is spending time. Okay,
Mhm.
he is spending time with you. There is only one purpose. He's just not spending time with you just to have a chit chat. Okay, it's the core purpose is that what is in it for me. Okay, if I'm giving my time to a candidate, I'm super duper busy person, I'm giving my time, and I should not go next to next person because I want to save my time. So when she is giving me tell me something about yourself, whatever I'm looking for, whether she is able to accommodate every single thing is or not. So in case I'm employer, I hire people. Okay, when I hire people, what I look, in case my job demands the another person to work around the clock for late hours to start the work late will be okay for me, and give some extra effort will be okay for me. I want my staff to be bit creative. So these things I want to have for my staff. So when you are giving these all information, tell me something about yourself. If you are putting all those things, that is important. There should not be any format. It should fulfill my expectation. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
So when
Okay.
my expectation would be fulfilled in the answer of tell me something about yourself, I'm good to ask next question. Okay. So there is not a fixed format of it. Okay. People may come up like an interview, resume prepare, resume builders. Okay. We call it into somewhere in job portals. There are some expert resume creator or builders. They would tell you, you should go ahead like this, like this. But in reality, people connect. Okay. Not the technicality connect. Okay. Technical things may not connect, but people connect. So the moment you will tell that how do you work, what is your working style, like you talked about leadership, how you can convince people, that is another skill. Maybe for business analyst, it is needed. I'm product owner, I need it. So I want you to be on my side. Maybe in that answer, you are already hired. Rest of the question answer will be just for formality. So go ahead, what is not mentioned in the CV, and just crack it. Okay, this is what my take, and it is nowhere written. Okay, this is what I'm sharing with my experience. That's it.
Okay.
Gaurav, yes, just to
Hi, guys.
interrupt you, I think we should have a look at the clock as
Time.
well. It's almost a lunch time for them. Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Go ahead.
Okay.
sure.
So hi guys.
Yes, go ahead. Who is iPhone?
Oh, Intisar.
Yeah.
Intisar, could you please
Hi, Intisar.
next time
How are
onwards
you?
continue to rename yourself, please? That will be
Oh,
really
good,
helpful
good.
for us. Yeah.
How are you
We
guys?
are good. Please go ahead. Yeah, we are good. We are
Okay,
good. Happy to be here. Yeah.
Thank you. It's a great session, and I appreciate your training. And it's great that Aparna here answers for the questions and all this stuff. Actually, I'm so a little bit, disappointed about this. I think it's hard to get, interview or a job in Scrum Master. This is only my feeling, or the other friends same. I don't know, I didn't receive any call about this. I read more about this role and how it's very tough to be hired as a Scrum Master. Because I think it's a new role, and even the human resources in the companies, they they don't put a specific criteria for hiring Scrum Master. And the other thing, it's so competitive, so they add a lot of stuff. Sometimes I found it's overwhelming. I have to know this, I have to know this, I have to know this. It's a lot. It's so I feel disappointed. Oh my God. So when I try to catch this, I find something else in the other side for any job description, for anything. I applied a lot of positions, but I didn't receive any calls or anything. So okay. Go ahead and comment. Thank you.
Yeah, Gaurav, you want to start with this?
Okay,
I'll.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
please go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, Intisar, can we answer you one by one?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
Thank you.
so first thing which I remember, it was that you feel disappointed because you find that Scrum Master job is not easily available for everyone.
Yeah.
And you have not received any calls so far.
Yeah, correct.
Was that right?
Yes,
yeah?
sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of answer you want? In your favor, or it could be truth?
No. I need it in general, because you can see the big pictures. So
Okay.
I have my own perspective, but you can see the.
So
the
my
big picture.
answer may disappoint you a little more. So can I still use that answer?
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you know what? You did
Mhm.
not receive the Scrum Master calls because you already feel, because that's what you said, that it's not easy to get Scrum Master role. Okay, it's not easy to get Scrum Master job. Your mind or somewhere you are already convinced that not such job is easily available, and that is why you are not getting Scrum Master calls.
No,
is
but in fact,
interlinked.
no, but in fact, I apply, I applied for
No.
many, a lot of,
One second. You
Okay.
will have to work on your belief first. Okay. Start telling yourself inside your mind and everywhere. At least, even if you want to fake it, fake it. Okay. Start saying, okay, Tilo, thank you so much. You can leave if you want to. Start telling that there are plenty of jobs, because my various students have got the job because they believe they can get it, and that's why they receive the call. So this is also about mindset. Remember, agility is about mindset, skill set, and your tool set. Okay, so if your mindset in agility itself does not believe that Scrum Master, plenty of Scrum Master role is not available, how will you attract that? You won't. You will see that people are not giving enough of things. Okay, so this is very first thing. So you will have to work on the mindset first, that enough of Scrum Master roles are available and people are getting it. And trust me, when you will start believing it from the core, you will start seeing it. Now the problem is that how will you start believing it from the core? Because already you are well convinced. Okay, if I'll ask you that, hey, this is a very good politician, please join it, and he does well, and you are already convinced that politicians are bad, you would say you believe it, but then you believe it. I don't give it a damn. I don't believe it. Okay.
Okay. So
So
yeah,
this is
but
how it is going to work.
Okay, so but if I believe this, I will stop applying for the jobs. But in fact, I apply, on a lot of jobs for Scrum Master, and I didn't get any call for interview. And this is, this make me why? What's the problem? My resume is good. I'm preparing myself. I watching YouTube. I try to read the description. I try to put some, add some keywords. You get me? So all this. So
Okay.
I'm working
I'll give
on
you
this.
one technical answer out also. Okay. Technical answer is this. First thing is that first you will have to agree to tell me that you are going to work on your mindset to believe that there is plenty of Scrum Master role. Okay. Jobs.
Yeah.
And you are going to get it gradually.
Yeah,
That's number one.
I believe in this, but they have,
if you believe
criteria.
believe in this, you don't have to justify how do you believe it. Okay, number two. So some jobs which is also said that business analyst job. So what they say, they need business analysts. Okay. But in turn, what happens, they also look for the Scrum Masters. Okay. So what actually happens in their description, they will tell that they should have worked as agile practitioner. Okay. But we need business analysts. Okay. And you may land up into the business analyst interview, and what is going to happen, you will join as business analyst, but you will end up doing the role of Scrum Master, and later they may ask, is it okay that you also handle the position of Scrum Master? This is what exactly happened with one of our candidates. Okay, she joined as a business analyst and she is working full-time as a Scrum Master. Okay, so as I keep on saying that agile is the foundation and business analysis is the pillar. So both may go hand in hand. So think from that perspective and you will attract, because at the both places, agile is the common factor. Okay.
Right.
So
yes,
you will have to be open to receive in this way as well.
Okay, so you mean I have to apply for business analyst and job and Scrum Master job at the same time, right?
Yeah, continue to do so.
Okay.
And in one of the project, if you are showing Scrum Master, in another project, you can show that you have also worked as business analyst. So in this way, you are complementing both the roles.
Okay. Got you. Okay.
Makes
so
sense?
I can update my CV. So the previous job should indicate that I'm business analyst with agility mindset.
So Prerna, do you want to add please something?
Yeah, thank you, Gaurav. First of all, Intisar very rightly concluded. Right now, that sentence was really very meaningful. That business analyst with agility mindset. Yes, And I will also highlight on the first point which Gaurav mentioned. Definitely, please work on your belief system and your, overall understanding of the situation. I know I can connect with you on these lines when you say that it is tough and I'm not getting calls. That's fine. That might be because of how you were. I'm not saying you were perceiving about the situation, that there are less jobs and less demands and it is new. First of all, Scrum Master role is not new. It's very well pioneered. It's a very, I would say, respectable and very much in demand role. Okay, but along with that, as Gaurav rightly mentioned, we want you to go ahead with the BA profile as well, because definitely you have qualities and knowledge of both the profile. And first, when you start working on this, mind game that okay, there are opportunities and I'm going to get it, then you will work towards a solution. Right now, what I could feel from your expression, that you're kind of boxed up or locked up in this problem, kind of, frequency, if I have to put it that way. So right now you're just thinking about all the problems. I'm applying but I'm not getting, I'm doing this. I totally can understand. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I just want you to shift your mind and focus from the problem frequency to the solution frequency. And what is the solution frequency? Yes, definitely to work on your resume, have different versions of BA and Scrum most, both. You can also keep applying for the CVs. You can keep creating audio or video recordings, which we had asked, which you guys did earlier. You can keep coming to mock interviews and be in this zone. See, sometimes I'm telling you the practical industry facts. It may take time because industry wise it goes as per the survival of the fittest. You know your hard work and your efforts, but you do not know somebody might be doing it to another level, or maybe the profile which you have applied for, there might be a more better suitable profile, or there can be other criterias. We are not aware of that, and we are not even supposed to think on those grounds. I'm just giving you some thought process that you might get your answers, that you're having so many questions, but do not worry about that. Okay, what do you do? You're doing great. Just focus more on that. We always say we have to focus on your inputs, and the outputs or the result will definitely come as the way it should, depending on your inputs. So right now, as you mentioned, if you feel that's and totally individualistic, I would say take. There are jobs on Scrum Master, but if you still feel that okay, no, there are less jobs, and I feel like this, prepare yourself for BA also. And as Gaurav rightly mentioned, have these both the profiles included in your projects. So you can talk about more. You can have a versatile profile, right? You can be showcased as an add-on candidate, that you have both the skills and knowledge area. And this is for everybody. And trust me, when we are struggling or when we are trying, we do get these kind of feelings, which is very human, very natural. But the thing is, do not get stuck there. I'm so happy that you shared this with us and we are discussing on this, because I'm pretty sure the way Shakil earlier mentioned that Aparna was conscious or was scared or anxious. No, but even he is, or others maybe. So yes, we are all in this together. And as per our moods, as per our reactions, as per our success rate, we keep getting different feelings. But that's fine. Feelings are there; they can come and go. What matters is what is your action and what is your ultimate goal. So Guru Schools is here to support you. We are here to support you. We are here to guide you. Keep trying. And then if you feel it's still not working, have to diversify your profile. Learn about more projects and ensure that you have this immaculate performance that nobody can at least deny you or reject you. And that will come soon. See, we have had results. We have had people who studied when they were sick, who studied when their kids were sick, who had family issues at times, but still they were so focused, and ultimately they really got the job and they are performing very well. We are so proud of them, especially females also. I'm not saying only about guys, having all these things. So Intisar, you're there, you're almost reaching. Don't get bogged up by these all the problems. Focus on the solution part, and reach out to us whenever you feel like it. And you all, not only you, along with others also will reach there. It's just that we have to keep pushing ourselves. The pressure, the push, it's all to be in the positive side. That's it, Gaurav. Yeah.
And this are just to add one thing. Be open to learn. That's it. And whenever you feel that things are not moving in your favor, just pick up the phone, either call Prerna or call me. Okay. And we will be there
Thank
always
you.
standing for you. Okay. Because
Absolutely.
Thank
we
yes.
want you to get ahead and grab your own job, which is waiting for you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Cool.
Absolutely.
But
Most welcome.
open to learn is the underlining things. Okay.
Okay.
Open your mind to open to learn. Yeah.
Yes, I will. I will. Thank you so much, guys. I have something I need to add here. So, if some of our, trainees or our friends from the training, they get a job in land in Scrum Master or business analyst, they can come in this mock interview and add some, some experience from their real interview. It will
So
be
such
helpful.
videos are there. We will just share with you those videos. You can go ahead and watch it. Okay.
Oh,
Will that be
Yeah,
helpful?
Kilo, it will be great. We will also would love to have them. But the thing is now, because they have a full-time job, and for them the weekends is the only time to
Because
connect
they
with their
have
other
already
activities.
spent this
Yes.
period, no? So they
Yes.
learn.
So it's very tough, and or rather, it's actually too much to ask them. But still, we have their feedback videos, and we will try to reach out. We are not saying no, but as of now, you can go ahead with the available feedback videos, and we can request them to share more. Once they find suitable time or when they are available as per that. Yeah.
okay. Thank you so much, guys.
You're
Have
most
wonderful.
welcome.
Welcome. Thank you so
So
much.
everyone, did you learn something? At least one thing, everyone, please.
Thumbs
Yes.
up, please.
Yes.
Thumbs up. Yes.
Yeah,
Great.
thanks. Poonam
Great.
learned, Athar learned, Shakil shared. Pratap, did you also learn something? And not necessarily you have to share what you learned, but did you learn?
Yeah,
Role you learned.
I
Yes,
get to hear.
learned.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think Pratap is a man of few words. Is it Pratap? I'm sorry, I don't feel like cornering you, but I happen to hear less about you most of the times.
I
Yeah,
understand.
Rolly also
I don't
says.
speak that much like.
No, but our profile requires us to speak. So I'll encourage you to speak on these forums, not even this, during our sessions also, right? That's why we have this, intercommunicative model of our session. So yeah, absolutely fine. But next time we really want all of you to be active. The way Aparna has, started this super mission or action, I would say we have to continue this. We will have with her again. Next time that will be more formal. It won't be so much like this.
Prerna, you went on mute. You went on mute.
We can, go ahead as a feedback session post the end, right? So this is how the next.
You again went on mute.
Yeah, go.
Okay,
I think this is good enough, way of kind of, closing statement. Yeah,
Can I
what do you
share
think?
yeah,
something,
we
guys?
missed your last closing statement. Yeah, Poonam, you're saying something?
Yeah, can I share something?
Yeah, please go ahead.
It's about learning. I am working as a teacher for the last 22 years. My job is only to jump with kids, do the activities like swimming, this, that. I'm scared of the computer. If anyone was saying me, even in India, go to the computer and get this email, I would say, no, someone can else do it. So I never ever bought here in US the laptop. Even in school, if anyone is saying me, I do the text message to the parents and forward the email. That's it. So when I came in this platform with you guys, first day I attended the RRP session with Dave sir, and he said, whosoever is here, raise their hand. And I raised my hand like this. He said, Poonam, you raising your hand like that? I said, yes. He said, raise your hand there. I said, where is that? So I went in chat and then I raised my hand there. So that it was embarrassed for me, but I learned a few things. So last week I bought the laptop. My son said, Mom, if you really want to learn, give your time, your energy and everything, then you will learn. I don't know. And why I'm behind in my resume, because I have to go with Dave sir and he will say me, okay, share your screen, do this. I don't know how to share screen and how to do this and that. So I'm working on that. So this is the
You
thing
can
that
Google those things also, right? Google or
I'm trying.
YouTube. YouTube. See, on YouTube, you go and write how to share screen on Zoom,
Yeah.
and they'll actually have a video guide by guide. You can watch that video on your phone. See, it might feel like a big task when you do it for the first time, but as you get used to it, you will give your own example. Hey, I used to be a person who never used a laptop, and now I'm so confident. And by the way, Poonam, one thing to highlight: if you have worked with kids for 22 years. I mean, I
Yes.
do not know what to do. I mean, I can totally understand what kind of patience and understanding you have. So you
Yes.
have all the features, and I think everybody, who have kids or who do not have kids, who have been with kids, can understand. You
Yeah.
have all the
Good,
qualities. You can manage
transparent.
any
Yes.
damn stakeholder in the world.
Yeah.
I think Gaurav will agree on this. So
Yeah.
don't worry, you're almost there. Just work on the background and the technology part, and that's it. So
Yeah, I'm not busy.
don't
That is my,
yes, think otherwise.
that is keeping me back. And I'm scared to go
You
with the
will, you will. No worries. No worries. You'll learn.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you so much, everyone, sharing in the chat window as well that you learned something. What about Raji? Raji also shared. Thank you so much. So anyone would like to say something, but Shakil, when you will be ready for your interview, because I know that you were ready already, but somehow you missed in the time.
We can do the next one.
Okay. So me, you and Prerna work together and we'll organize. So that time you will be on time and just grab all the opportunity and let not others speak. You only just speak up. Yeah, Shakil?
Sure,
Perfect. Perfect.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. So fine, if everyone has shared something, so anyone would want to add anything? Otherwise, we are done.
All right, thank you.
So thank you.
Okay,
Thank you
so
so much. Thank you for your
Thank you,
timing. I know you
Prerna
must
and
be
Gaurav.
hungry.
Thank you,
Most
everybody
welcome.
else.
Thank you for
You all did a
joining.
good job.
Thank
And
you.
next time,
you.
come like
Thank you.
Poonam, video on. Yeah.
Yes,
So,
Poonam.
Yeah, we'll try.
Poonam and Aparna, 100 out of 100 points for this.
Yeah.
So I'm
Thank
very
you.
happy. And Poonam, don't worry, you're halfway there. I would love to get tips from you how to manage such a bunch of
I can manage,
audience.
but I'm poor in the things of the like computer thing. That is the phobia in my
You
mind.
are not poor. You are learning. Change your statements. Change
Yeah,
your.
that is my
I'm
plan.
learning.
Your confidence will take you places.
Yeah,
Yes,
so that I
you're
learn to the
learning and you're working on it. Yeah, that's the
Yes,
thought process. Don't
and I
worry,
will-
we'll go there.
Yes.
Yeah.
and I'm glad that teacher can also learn. So good to know
Yes.
about.
Teachers
Yeah.
always, teachers are the lifelong learners, right?
Yeah.
Because you
yeah.
teach others as well. Perfect.
Yes, yes,
Thank
I
you
would
so much,
agree.
guys. Thank you for your
Okay.
time. Thank you, Gaurav.
Thank you.
Thank
Excellent
you,
Thanks,
session
Gaurav.
as
everyone.
Thank
always.
you,
Bye-bye.
Prerna.
Yeah, yeah.
Bye bye. Good day.
night.
See
Good
you.
day, good
Happy
day.
weekend.